It's the Hip Hop School.
It's that time.
Past and present podcast.
It's that time.
All regions stand up.
On your feet.
North, South,
Everywhere.
East,
Where you at?
and West, Midwest.
You
Where you
know
at?
the rule.
Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Be wrong in the ground, called Primo Fur and Deja Rude, child. Get out your feelings, you get booed at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Nigga can't be mad, cause you got swag and easy cool. Bitch, I'm a motherfucking problem, knowledge rule at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Can't look like that, cause men too son got artifacts. The truth is cruel, but that's just fuel at the Hip Hop School. Past and present.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. I am your girl, Deasia, the assistant principal. You have Supreme Ra, the principal. You have your boy Heezy, the dean of hip hop, and Brother Truth, your agriculture teacher for all of your greenery needs. And tonight we have in the building a very special guest. We have Suave in the building, who happens to be a rapper, an actor, and an author. So we're going to get into all the things that he has going on. And before we get started, you know how we do each and every week. We start off with the Hip Hop School Trivia question, which is brought to you by our sponsors, Supreme's Pull Up, Nature Spills, Art by Chunk G, the Uhuru Academy, Lit and Leisure Travel, and the Death of Deasia. This week's Hip Hop Trivia question is, what was the first diss record in hip hop? Again, what was the first diss record in hip hop? Try and answer that question throughout the duration of the show. We will reveal the answer at the end of the show. With that being said, class is in session.
Class in session.
What up, though?
That's a good trivia question too, because I don't even know the answer. I think I know, but I ain't for sure.
I think I'm not for sure.
So don't none of y'all know the answer?
I ain't for sure about it.
I got y'all stumped. But we're gonna try. We gonna answer it at the end of the show. So don't give it away yet, Swab, because we know you're a brilliant guy, and you know your hip hop history. So I'm sure you probably know the answer of all people. So don't give it away. But with that being said, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you this evening. Thank you for blessing our platform with your presence. I know you're a very busy man and be having a whole lot going on. You're a man of many talents. So how is it with being like a rapper, an author, and an actor? How do you juggle all of that stuff?
Really, I mean, well, first of all, thank y'all for having me, man. It is an honor to be in here. Y'all show, man. It's been an honor to actually watch y'all grow and how y'all been expanding, man, with the way y'all been going with it, man. So it's an honor to be here as a guest on the show.
Sure.
Honestly, it's kind of like you kind of got to focus on one and then kind of focus on other. You can't do all three at the same time, even though you can. But it's like I have to focus on one creative process at a time. That's why sometimes the books take a little bit longer, because I have gaps where I'm not focused on doing the book. I'm focused on, either making some music or I might be on a movie set for a few months or whatnot, or a few weeks. So you just kind of have to kind of put the gas on one. And sometimes, like with the movies, I kind of have to take those as the opportunities come. So they kind of do sometimes, throw things off. But it's a thing where I just have to kind of put the gas on one and put the brakes on another one, but still keep consistently getting stuff done on my own personal marks with getting it complete. It's like right now I'm actually working on my third book. It's about 3/4 of the way complete. I'd like to have it done by the end of this year, but like I said, there's other things in the works as well. So it's not an easy task, to be honest with you, but it's the thing I do out of passion, out of my drive. So I make a way for it to happen.
Yeah. So I hear you have a heavy Southern accent. Tell the people where you from in the South.
I'm from Decatur, man. ATL, Georgia. Second home is like Alabama. I got a lot of family in Alabama, from Southern Alabama, like Montgomery, Auburn, Tuskegee area, man. But I'm raised up here in Georgia, man. Actually, I was actually born in Houston, in H-Town. My mom moved to Georgia when I was like 2 years old, so Georgia's all I know, So we moved in here into Decatur, that's where it's been, man. Where it's greater.
The dirty South for sure. So
I'm dirty all the way through, man.
So take us back to the beginning for you though, man. Like, when did you start making music, and if you can remember, like, when did you fall in love with hip hop?
Well, my first earliest I can remember falling in love with hip hop was, honestly, I remember LL Cool J "I'm Bad" video. Just the energy and the confidence and everything that LL had. It was infectious. It was something that just at that young impressionable age, shit, LL was the man. He held it down. He did his thing. Ladies loved him, and that was the earliest I can remember. My earliest influence of hip hop. When I made my first song, in middle school. I was in 7th grade. Back we had the tape recorder. You just remember we had the little tape recorder. You could just push tape and record. I had one of them, and my boy Sky, he had a keyboard. He did the beat on the keyboard, and I did this song called Miss Platinumized. It was about a girl. But that was first thing I did was in 7th grade. But first time I actually really kind of seriously recorded probably was right when I graduated high school. And my boy Travis T had a studio spot. He was already had a label going and had his stuff like in the store. So I kind of linked with him, and that's why I first kind of started taking it seriously, probably when I graduated high school.
For those of us who haven't heard your music, what kind of style you got?
Oh man, it's the best way I say. I got I guess what I call myself the Ratchet Prophet. That's probably the best way I can describe it. My other folks were kind of liking it like a Goody Mob kind of vibe, whatnot to it, because it's some grittiness to it. But at the same time, I'm not afraid to let niggas know, what time it is, in the world or whatnot. I speak about, things more in depth, but at the same time, I ain't in front. I do me. I have fun, so it's it's kind of hard to put it in a particular genre, but I would definitely say kind of like Southern conscious.
Okay.
Do you
vibe? You know what I'm saying? But still some jamming shit.
Yeah.
So have you ever put So have you ever put an album out? I heard you say one of your homeboys owned the label. Did you ever, take care of put an album out big?
During the mixtape era, I did 3 mixtapes. This actually Worth the Wait is actually my first solid album doing, because what happened is after I did my 3 mixtapes, I actually worked with a group, and we did a project called 2024 together. And we pushed that for a little bit, and then I kind of did some solo singles and stuff and whatnot. And then things took a turn. I stepped back for a little bit, and then I kind of got back into it because I still wanted to kind of do do a complete album and whatnot. And that's what Worth the Wait is. My project that got coming, really supposed to be coming by the end of this year. Like I said, it's one thing we focus on. I'm about finished with recording most of the tracks. I'm just getting the final production done on it now. That's why we starting to release singles. One of the first things releasing is This High. With my homeboy Yoshi and my boy Lorax, man, Smoker Star, man, for the Smoke Splits on a cool little vibe, man. We actually just did a test show a couple weeks ago with it, man. They was feeling it, man. So it's a new little thing we push, man. But the album should be done by the end of the year, man.
That's what's up.
With you being in the Atlanta area, and there's so many people that's into music in the Atlanta area, have you ever like rubbed elbows or been able to work with anybody that has influenced you in hip hop?
Have I been able to work with anybody that's influenced me in hip hop? Not personally, but I can say I've got to meet some people who've been influential with me, through sources I had. An ATL legend who I've met years ago through one of my mentors was Kilo Ali. Folks in Atlanta, they know Kilo Ali. He's a little known Atlanta too. But when he had got out from his earlier jail bids, he did some time in the late 90s. When he got back out, he was working with some of my people, Easy B Green Shocks. My boy Jay Black was helping, when he got out. So I got to meet him. Other artists, I actually met oh man, I just remember the brother damn, I'm names just lost me. Zaytoven on the set of Superfly. When I worked on the Superfly movie set, I met Zaytoven. I actually got to listen to the Future song "Walk on Minx," the song he did for the soundtrack. I got to listen to that before it got released, because Zaytoven was down on the set of Superfly when we was filming, and because they did the soundtrack and stuff and whatnot. So that was a cool little vibe, man. Met Big Boy doing that, but I haven't had a chance to actually work with him, like work on a project with him. That'd be an honor too. But I just, just being in music and also working in the movies, I have been able to meet different people. I could name other folks. It ain't being from Atlanta. There's a lot of folks from Atlanta who I know that have come up from DJ Holiday, who's Nicki Minaj DJ. He also was Gucci Man DJ for a minute. I played football with him. JID, who just signed with Dreamville. I grew up with his brother and whatnot. That's kind of like Lil Bro, man. It's wild to see him doing his thing, because I didn't even know that he was rapping like that till he got signed, and he was off from there. He was overdoing European tours before people even was catching up on him, man. So that's been, so happy to see him shine.
Too.
At the same time, I would got no side. Was that?
I said he cold blooded too. Jid cold blooded. Yeah.
Oh no, Jid Thor, man. Jid Thor. He just actually dropped a new project. The Forever Story. He just got that. I think he just dropped it last week, man. That shit been dope. He just got a visual for it too.
That's what's up. Yeah. Hey, so you touched on the movies a little bit. So you know what I'm saying. Go ahead and talk about your acting career. Like what was your first movie, and how is it like being on set, and how is it different than, you know what I mean, going in the studio?
Oh man. Well, first of all, one of the benefits, I guess, the difference is that, with movies is that you get paid for the work you're doing, like up front, no matter what happens on the back end. In the music industry, a lot of times you put in a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of money, saying, without necessarily no promise, nothing on the other end. You're definitely not getting an instant return on it. It's a lot of them more investment you got to do. Whereas with the movies, I mean, they got so much money they throw on the wine in Hollywood. I can't even lie to you.
What are some movies that you have actually acted in?
First one was Superfly. I was part of the Snow Patrol gang. I was in there with Big Bank. I was right hand man. Y'all can see me in there, especially like in the scene after the brother got shot and we was in the funeral scene. I was in there. Also, I got to be in the Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt. We were fighting the aliens and shooting, going into the future. That was actually probably the most.
That's my shit.
Thus far, because of everything. That was a big budget film, and because I was part of the main crew, like I was part of the crew that actually jumped into the future with Chris Pratt and had to go fight aliens. We got like full tactical training to run around, with the guns and everything, and shoot blanks and stuff. We actually went to gun range. They had actual Marines come in and train us. We went through tactical drills and everything, and that was like a whole dope experience. Like we filmed that movie about 6 months. Well, I spent about 6 months on it because they filmed another part of it. Actually went over to, I think, Iceland to film like the final part where all the snow and stuff. I didn't go over there for that, but for everything pretty much up to that part, I was a part of it. And it was really a dope experience to see, to be on a film set and see them create this other world. Like they created a rooftop in Miami for us to fall on right in the huge studio. It was crazy that when they done with it, you're just gonna tear it down and build something new for the next film. It's wild, man, but it's cool at the same time. It's a great experience, though.
So, what made you get into acting?
Honestly, it was kind of like really a peer pressure situation. I say that because there was a chick I was dealing with at the time, and she had got into it kind of lightweight. She had did had a little small scene in one of the little Shaft movies, the third one with the three of them in there. And she was like, man, yeah, I think you should try this acting thing and whatnot, man. I got some people who they got links. You should try it. And I wasn't really focused on doing that at the time. I was like, I didn't grow up wanting to be an actor. That wasn't never one of my personal aspirations. So I was like, I ain't tripping on that. Plus, I mean, I'm kind of a tattoo freak, so I'm like, man, I'm tattooed up. They not trying to get nobody with tattoos to go be in a movie or whatnot. So I was really just kind of downplaying it. And she kept on like sending me emails of different, roles of different stuff they was filming. And at the time, they was really hard up on people with tattoos. Like a lot of the stuff she was sending me, it would say no visible tattoos. I got tattoos on my forearms and stuff. But then she told me, so no, they say that, but if they really like you, they'll work around that shit. So she's the one who actually got the offer to do Superfly, to be in a scene Superfly, and she forwarded an email to me, told me to respond. And I looked at it because the scene at the time they was looking for, they said they were doing a club scene. They said, we want people to do a club scene. I said, okay, I can do a club scene or whatever. So I applied to it, and the casting director contacted me back about a week later and was like, hey, we got your information. It was like, hey, we can use you for that club scene. That's cool if you want to do that, but we have a more prominent scene we would like to use you for, but you would have to audition with the director. But if you got picked up for it, like, you would have to be on set for like a month or two. Like, they told me that up front. And I was like, really? I was like, well, shit, I'll go audition for it. So I went down and auditioned for Director X, he directed for Kendrick Lamar. He directs a lot of Drake stuff. That last Drake and Future song, I'll Wait For You, he directed that stuff. Anyway, he's one directed Superfly, but he selected me to be in the film as one of the part of Snow Patrol, the guys in all white, and he selected me to be the main boss's right-hand man. So a lot of the scenes I'm right there with the main boss handling stuff with him or whatnot, and driving the white car or whatnot. But that was my first experience in the money man behind Superfly. A lot of folks don't know was a guy named Joel Silver, who's the same guy who did the Matrix series, same guy who did Die Hard. So they had a real budget on Superfly, like all that fly shit, like that was real.
I like Superfly. I like the remake. I thought it was dope.
Yeah, it was cool.
Have you ever been called to be in P Valley?
You know what?
No, because I asked that because I actually know somebody that worked on the P Valley.
Check this out. When on the first season of P Valley, when they first was filming it, and nobody really knew what it was to be about or whatever, I did get an offer to be part of one of the rapper crews. I guess there's two. I don't watch the show, but there's supposed to be I think there's like two rival crews or some shit. But I got an offer to be one of the folks who won the rival crew. And I did respond to it or whatnot. And for whatever reason, I auditioned for, but I didn't get selected. But they still wanted to use me. They said, "Well, you can come and do one of the club scenes." So I actually was one of the strip club patrons in the episode. The episode was called Mercedes Last Dance or something. Whatever it was, that was the title of the episode. I was just a patron in the strip club.
So you were in P Valley. That's that's what's up.
I don't know.
That's what's up, man.
For that one, I was just in the strip club. So it wasn't like I didn't have to post up in no feature role. They just let me be a person in the strip club for one thing, for one day on set or whatever, you know.
Yeah, because that's what my friend said he be doing. Like he just, just kind of filling in an extra type of thing where he's just in, filling in or whatever and just making the scene, but not really doing anything. And he could just be in his regular clothes and everything like that because you just at the strip club. Let me ask you this. So you say you from Decatur, right? Which is outside of Atlanta, which is in the Atlanta area.
No, it's not part of the city of Atlanta. No, it's part of the Atlanta metropolitan area, which is the difference between the two. But yeah,
okay.
Decatur is the city.
So how did you feel when Amaretta the Great came out with a song and she was calling out all of the surrounding cities who claim Atlanta, and she was, saying this part is not Atlanta? How did you feel about that song that Amaretta the Great came out with?
I didn't feel no kind of way about it because everybody who's like from Atlanta, we know this already. You know what I'm saying? We understand like there's a difference between Atlanta and the A or the ATL. Like Atlanta, the actual city of Atlanta, that's really just like the west side, downtown, and the west side or whatnot. Like banging the shit, but anything that's not really downtown Atlanta or the west side in that little area, whatever, like Buckhead area. Now Buckhead is kind of like North Atlanta side, technically of the city, but nobody claims Buckhead. But anyway, outside of that, everything else is on city, like College Park, East Point, Decatur. Those are all separate cities, but collectively they make up the Atlanta metropolitan area, and that's what we call the A because they all kind of surround Atlanta, and they all have parts of it that touch the city of Atlanta. Like East Atlanta is the part where Atlanta touches Decatur. East Atlanta and Decatur like overlap.
Oh, man, for sure. Hey, so as far as Atlanta, you know what I mean? So how you feel about the rap scene in Atlanta? Like, you said, you say you more of a goody mob type style. So do you do the whole auto tune type, you know, because you know it's a lot of Atlanta rappers down there doing that kind of style. Like, how you feel about it?
I've had it on my songs, like have somebody feature on it. They might use a little auto tune on or whatnot, but I myself, that's not something that goes with my style. But overall, like Atlanta, I love the fact that we still holding it down, and there's so many of us in different zones. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Baby is killing everything that he's jumping on right now. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, like I said, my boy J.I.D., he's taking over overseas, and folks now here is just not catching up, but he's still doing his shit. You feel me? 21, he's still keeping it gutter.
Yeah, for sure.
And Future still every time he drives, he's still killing it. You feel me? So, and those are all artists that kind of have different zones, whatever, as far as what they do, but they all it's room for everybody to shine here.
Yeah. Are you dodging RICO cases?
Nope.
You gonna ask that man this police ass shit.
They do the flag.
These folks don't think we the feds.
Hey, so what's your top 5 from Atlanta? Your top 5 from Atlanta.
Top 5 from Atlanta? Yeah. Well, number one's gonna be 3000, Andre 3000. I gotta put T.I. in there. I gotta put Big Boy in there.
Ooh, so you got Gucci, you got Jeezy, you got what I mean.
Nah, I gotta put. It gets hard after this week.
You gotta put Pastor Troy in there because I'm a down South Georgia girl at heart.
You got CeeLo, you know what I mean.
Troy had a whole movement going.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you something about that in a minute, but go ahead and finish your list.
Go ahead and finish my list, but after that, shit gets hard, man. I gotta put J.I.D. on there, man, just because he's really killing the shit. I gotta put him on there, and I honestly think he's better than a lot of folks give him credit for.
Oh yeah,
And
y'all listen to none of that type shit.
You ain't got the king.
Say that again.
You ain't got the king.
I said I got
what? That's the king.
That's fun.
I'm gonna say Future. Just off of his dominance.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Future last spot just off his dominance because we're just doing a strictly ATL thing. So I'm not just gonna make it just the best lyricist and whatnot. I'm just put. I think I'm gonna say that them be my 5 for now.
For sure.
Okay, so I want to ask you this question: with you being from the ATL and me being from Memphis, I want us to clear something real quick, right? So back in the day in Memphis, we had this thing called getting booked. You jumping around, you know what I'm saying? You in the mosh pit, you getting booked. Next thing you know, we hear a term in Atlanta called getting crunk. They have like the same behavior and everything, but what we were doing was just more, it wasn't actually, it didn't get mainstream like it did in Atlanta. Like once Atlanta got hold to it, it took off. So I've always said that crunk actually originated in Memphis. Where do you feel? Do you feel like crunk actually originated in Memphis or it originated in the ATL?
No. Every like I said, I'm old Atlanta bred, so old Atlanta niggas know it's a lot of Memphis influence in what became the crunk scene. Nobody, that's like 3-6, old 3-6 shit. We've been on 3-6, we've been on Player Fly, we've been on Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, and Gangsta Black, Tom Ski Bass, DJ Squeaky. Them I know about all them. You feel me? They was all, it wasn't necessarily called crunk, but it was still had that same energy, like you said. And it really, I put like this: if Memphis started crunk, Atlanta kind of championed it. That's kind of what it is. Like that, we took it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? But there's always been a connection between Memphis and Atlanta. Like a lot. Well, some folks know, but 8-Ball MJG, who was also big time in Atlanta. One of their biggest hits, "Girls in the Club," was done by Atlanta producer Jazzy Face. You know what I'm saying? That's one of their biggest hits, produced by Atlanta.
Let's give proper credit. That's actually Tila's song featuring.
You're right. My bad. Yeah, that is my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So
you're right.
So enough.
Yeah. That was getting over GNT to the Suave House in general, which is
Yeah, Zulu in the comments gonna say down south Georgia girl, Deasia from everywhere, son. No, listen, you know Pastor Troy got the DSGB, but to be honest with you, I did used to live in Augusta, Georgia when I was in kindergarten at one point.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, I lived in like for real though. I lived in Augusta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. And it's about an hour outside Atlanta. I used to work down there sometimes. An old job I had,
Yeah, I'm from everywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
I see.
And then he said,
a lot of folks kind of moved around, you know.
Yeah, but it was because my stepdad at the time was military. And Zulu Black said Pastor Troy is the king of crunk. You know what? I feel like this when it comes to Pastor Troy, and I say this, and people say I'm wrong for this. I really feel like it was Pastor Troy that really put Atlanta on the map. A lot of people will beg to differ and say that it was Outkast. I actually don't feel that way. I feel like it was Pastor Troy. That's just how I feel. But we not going.
Hey, that's another topic for another day. You know what I mean? That's another topic.
Can't take Outkast or Dungeon, because not just Outkast, but really Dungeon Family created the whole initial Atlanta sound. Right. Between Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying, Outkast, all that shit was being, even the old Usher, the early Usher stuff, that was being produced by Dungeon Family. A lot of, you know, also anyway, that was being produced by the same team. What happened is Pastor Troy came along right when crunk caught on. He came on at the beginning of the crunk when crunk was first coming on, taking over in Atlanta and actually getting that mainstream recognition, like in late 98, 99, early 2000. Troy hit at that right time, and that, like you said, that DSG movement was big because he not only put Atlanta on his back, but he put, you know, Georgia on his back. So there was a big movement right then. And that's kind of the time when like that's when Atlanta took the spotlight. When Andre,
y'all gotta stop the cap, man. You know, I always gotta end the cap, man, and bring everything back in, man. Everybody knows Lil Jon.
We took over.
Lil Jon and Eastside Boys is the king of crunk.
Really, since we took it
over.
Quit
playing with Lil Jon, man. What the fuck wrong with y'all, man?
Yeah, that's why the same time Troy was popping. Troy was popping before Lil Jon was popping. Lil Jon was around before Troy.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm about to say.
I'm gonna need y'all people from the Midwest and Southwest and all these places that y'all from to understand that.
Yeah, cause we ain't listen to no Pastor Troy in Texas, my nigga.
Well, that's not. But you just because you didn't listen to him, don't mean that he wasn't the pioneer of it.
We listen to Lil Jon.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Troy was a pioneer. I say he was one of the champions of crunk. I can't say he was like I said, Little John came out with Who You Would Get Crunk before Pastor Troy came out, but that song didn't get as big as like No More Playing GA did. Who You Would Get Crunk was really just some A-Town shit. But that was like really some of the earliest when people was actually saying crunk or actually calling it crunk was Who You Would Get Crunk. And that was before.
When you think of pioneers, a pioneer don't necessarily have to be at the same time. There's just like I consider Outkast them and Dungeon Family, all of them, they are pioneers. When I think about Memphis rap, I think about MJG and 8Ball. I think about Pastor Troy. I think about Player Fly. All of these people weren't necessarily like hidden at the exact same time, but they're still pioneers of a certain sound to me.
Well, I agree on that. Yeah, I agree on that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so before we get into our other topic, so you are author too. So you know what I'm saying, go ahead and talk a little bit about your, about your writings, about your books, and everything.
Oh yeah, man. Well, my most current book I actually just released about 2 years ago now, maybe just over a year now. Righteous Thoughts of Revolutionary Times. I got a copy of it right here, man. I did this book with some help from one of my brothers, Orlando Ross, who's actually has a master's in Scientology. I mean, not Scientology, a master's in Egyptology. Goddamn, don't do him like that. He got a master's in Egyptology, man. He actually planning a trip to Egypt, where he's to be hosting a tour certain parts I think next July next year or whatnot. But
Okay.
yeah, I had him kind of work with me because we kind of the inspiration from this book, the current one, came from the book Coming Forth by Day, or what some people are call it the Book of the Dead or whatever. But if you get into really the understanding of it, it's a concept for daily living. And if we all understand that thoughts control everything, everything in this universe starts from a thought. You know, before you do any action, it starts as a thought or somewhat.
Right.
The thing is, what's controlling your thoughts? Are you controlling your thoughts? You want dictating your thoughts or whatnot? And the thing is, a lot of us, our thoughts have been compromised and we don't realize. We're running on autopilot. We just going off of suggestion, off of the influence of things around us or whatnot. And we're not really controlling our own shit. And like they say, you know, if I can control how you think, I ain't got to worry about how you act. So Righteous Thoughts of Revolutionary Times is really taking that back for yourself and understanding certain things. Like, first of all, a revolutionary time, revolution just means change at the end of the day. So it's always a time of change. You're always supposed to be growing and always moving. Nothing stays the same in this universe. So what it is, there's certain thoughts that you should always have to dwell on until they become innate within you.
For sure.
I'm gonna read this, the little back part I have on here that I put on the back description to kind of give a little more insight of what that. It says, everything in this universe manifests first as a thought. Once said thought is acted upon, so begins the process of creation. Take back control of your mind and your thoughts. Change your paradigm and choose today who you will serve. Choose what thoughts you will serve and manifest into reality through your actions and influence. Dwell and focus on these thoughts until they become second nature. Fruits of these thoughts are manifest in your physical everyday life. By choosing the right thought at the right time, you can consciously and purposely create the life you desire. And
for sure,
that's really kind of what it comes down to. But it's based on the influence to a degree of some of these Egyptian writings and Egyptian teachers or whatever. But I've, of course, modernized some of it to have so it resonates more so with the day things. But simple things is one's right to self-defense. That's a daily thought. No one should have to tell you that, you know, you got to protect yourself at all costs, you know,
at all times.
Or being gracious for, you know, the life that you have. If you truly grateful for the moments you have, you make more of those moments. Well, now also things like death. And death is around the corner. It's something to be conscious of because we can all leave here at any time. But those are things you got to dwell upon, not to get morbid or whatnot, but to be in a real that helps you be alive. The more you realize that everything is a precious moment, the more you take advantage of, the more active you are, the more you don't just sit back and let life happen to you, the more you take an active approach to your own life. And then you start to take more focus on what you actually dwell on, what you actually focus your time and your energy on. And you start redirecting the energy. And that's how you start building the things that you want in your life, whatever that might be for you. But, you know, it starts with, you know, kind of stepping back, and it gets into how meditation helps with that. Because meditation is a beautiful thing if you really know how to use it. It's a beautiful thing, man. I've been through many.
I think that sounds good, brother. I just focus on food, money, and sex. And
that's part of the universe too, man. But all that still comes down to your thought process.
Yeah, you know, that's good, brother.
Yeah, those are some very wise words, and I actually have that book.
I did remember you first comment. Yeah.
So those are definitely some very wise words. So you're welcome, no problem. I'm always down to support whatever somebody got going on that's positive. With that being said, you expounded a lot on thoughts, right? And how important thoughts are. So my question is to you is, what are your thoughts on this Drillmatic album that has dropped by the game and his Black Slim Shady disc? What are your thoughts on that? Well, which is his Eminem disc.
I haven't heard the whole Eminem disc, and I probably never will because I'm just not about to commit to 10 minutes of shit sounds like some trash to me. Like, I ain't a front. And let me say this first. Let me put this disclaimer first. I am being an artist myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop. I'm a fan of hip hop first. So when I speak on certain things, I'm not trying to start no shit or be involved in a beat that don't concern me. I'm speaking as a fan of hip hop. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we all are.
But like honestly, all I heard from the actual disc CD, I heard about a minute snippet from what was posted on Art of Dialogue page, and it was just I didn't even want to hear nothing else. It was kind of annoying because I don't really care for, like, I'm not a big Eminem. I'm not really a fan of either artist per se, so I don't really listen to either their music. And both artists are kind of overrated to me as it is. So it don't really do nothing for me. I just kind of look at it as it like a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was probably just a gimmick he did, to help move records, which I know folks do that, but it just didn't do nothing for me, man. It didn't do nothing for me.
Didn't do nothing for you. Okay, I feel you.
No, I thought the diss was okay, but you ain't got to be that great to diss no whack ass rapper like Eminem, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think he sounded annoying on purpose because that's how Eminem sound, annoying as fuck.
Exactly.
I don't see how it resonates with anybody black ear that goes for the world, the panel.
I'm not a fan of either
anybody. I don't understand it.
Right, and then you say you didn't even listen to it, so how can you judge the diss anyway? You can't. You only heard.
That's my point. Hold on. Here's the thing. I ain't gotta listen to a whole 10 minutes of a song to know whether it's whack or not. You can know a dope song within 30 seconds of hearing this shit. You ain't gotta listen to a whole album to know that this shit ain't what you want to hear. And like I said, if I'm already, not a particular, they ain't nobody really listen to, I definitely don't want to listen to him rapping like somebody else I don't listen to.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that.
So what y'all not finna do?
My ears, nigga.
So what y'all not finna do is sit up here and try and pull my black card because y'all know I like Eminem. So Supreme really took a shot at me and tried to be shady, talking about it shouldn't resonate. He was very clear about how it shouldn't resonate with black people. So the main slick trying to pull my black card because I like Eminem. Eminem voice. The only thing, and people in the comments saying Suave didn't listen to the whole song. For anybody to say Eminem voice is annoying, they let me know that y'all don't listen to anything more than what the Slim Shady persona of Eminem, because Eminem he don't rap like that all the time or whatever.
No,
and that's my point.
He just
but it don't matter though.
It does.
No, his voice
and
is
I don't know
annoying.
why Brother Truth got a problem with Eminem, because if it weren't for Eminem, Detroit wouldn't even be on the map. Y'all from Detroit,
that's for you.
Y'all ought to be thanking Eminem.
That's for you.
Right.
That's for you. Eminem can't hold.
He put nobody on.
The niggas, underrated. The people I listen to in Detroit, Eminem can't hold their mic cord, so I'm not even tripping.
But they're not even as big as Eminem. Eminem
don't
is the
matter.
one.
I don't care about who.
Ain't nobody big. Ain't nobody big as Eminem.
I would say Big Sean can out rap better than Eminem, in my opinion.
But Big Sean did not put Detroit on the map, though. Eminem did that.
I mean, well, Big Sean ain't a great white hype either. Eminem do got that in his favor, being the great white hype.
Did not put Detroit on the
map. I'm finna tell y'all something.
How did Eminem put Detroit on the map when Detroit just not getting in the game and starting the game? Got a lot of artists in the game at one time.
Y'all just got some Detroit on the map. So where y'all was able to use the momentum. But I'm gonna tell you something that I don't like when people be trying to make this point about, okay, Eminem as big as he is because he have these white this white demographic that listen to him.
That's a factor though. That's a fact.
But listen, this is what I'm about to say real quick, and this is a fact. White people are the biggest consumers of hip hop anyway, as far as actually buying it. So my thing is that same thing applies for the black artists. If it was a thing that the reason why Eminem is big just because of the white people consuming his music, then why in the hell ain't Paul Wall just as big? Why Bubba Sparks ain't just as big?
Listen,
why Lil White just ain't
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why Haystack just ain't just as big?
I'm
the
gonna tell you
main
why.
code, that's the reason why
they don't make corny white
I'm
boys.
gonna tell you. Yeah, exactly.
Y'all cap
that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing, but
it was
gimmicky.
When he first came out, the Slim Shady, that shit was gimmicky. Niggas in middle school, young kids was listening to it probably, but then as you get older, you realize, man, this shit ain't really that. I don't have to. I can't relate to.
You used to listen to him. You're not white.
What you talking about?
But you saying like it's because he was y'all using he got this white.
No, we saying he the biggest. He is. They say he's the biggest because he's white. That is a fact. Without his white audience, he wouldn't be the biggest.
When that nigga Eminem came out, I heard the first album, and I ain't listened to none of that shit ever since in my motherfucking life.
Listen,
that shit was trash.
I've never listened to the first album. I like the Marshall Mathers LP. I ain't gonna lie. I used to
listen
to
that motherfucker a little bit. The way I am was like, I think the one song I really like by him.
Yeah, but all that,
man, it's really sad because I really feel like y'all black folks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all black folks be saying that it's
man, black people the reason he got on.
I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all don't like the fact that the man is white and he actually.
First of all, it's not y'all. You black too. It's us.
Okay, I'm talking about you people though. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of a kind. I'm talking about you people. You people, you know what I'm saying? They got a problem with Eminem or try and use that because like y'all don't use that for nobody else. The main is really good. You got one white boy. You got one white boy that can be in a conversation with the greats, and that make y'all feel some type of way.
No, it's not that. It's like nobody. People give Eminem his props as far as his skill. When they see it don't resonate to me, I don't want to hear about nobody rapping about killing their mom. I don't want to rap about somebody rapping about
one song. That was one
that don't resonate to me. I love my mom and shit. Like that don't resonate to me. I didn't, you know.
Okay, y'all make it seem like every song is like
this is my problem with Eminem. If Eminem was black, if Eminem was black with the same music, he'd be a basic underground backpack rapper. That's a normal ass nigga rapping. Because he's white, he is put on this pedestal like he is some type of great phenomenon, which niggas been doing this shit for years, and this nigga getting credit for shit that he don't deserve. And he got Interscope and Dr. Dre, that machine pushing this nigga. That shit is garbage. Trash.
If Redman was white, he would be just as big as Eminem. Because Eminem's style is like a knockoff.
You said it who?
Redman.
You said Redman.
Oh, now you just saying anything. This nigga, now you just saying anything. Not the goofy ass nigga that he was like this he acting like he doing like some type of parody every time. This nigga
that's Eminem.
Parody.
That's Eminem. Eminem do that. Eminem did the same shit.
Like a knockoff.
Eminem did the same.
And I ain't saying Eminem can't rap. I'm just saying the shit that he rap about doesn't resonate with me. I don't want to listen to that shit. Like after a while, you get like, okay, this is just a gimmick. He's gimmicky. Does he?
And then they tried to make the nigga tough in the movie and shit. Fuck out of here.
Hey, and then I had went back because I ain't listened to no Eminem in a while. Somebody had posted one of his songs. You know what I'm saying? I had listened to it and shit, and I'm like, this is exactly why I can't listen to this shit because it's just too white boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just sit and just listen to a white boy rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's just he just say shit that we wouldn't say.
Y'all got a problem with this man being himself, and also y'all have a problem if he
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you why I don't. I'm just telling you why I don't resonate. And the other thing that people always say, which is true, you don't hear nobody bumping that shit in the hood. You don't hear nobody bumping that shit in the club nowhere. If somebody turn that shit on in the club down here somewhere, they niggas be like. Fuck
and also, if we don't like him just because he's white, that's okay. Now what?
That's not okay.
It is okay.
That's not okay because you love Paul Wall.
I love Paul
Wall. You do. Yes, you do. You cap now. You love Paul Wall.
I do enjoy. I enjoy some of his music. I don't love him. I enjoy some of his music.
Oh, now we
and I'm gonna make a case on how Paul Wall is different than Eminem.
And we don't went into captivity. This is captivity.
Anyway, back to Game.
You gotta be those who enjoy Eminem, right?
Eminem in that.
But Eminem don't resonate with me. I actually do listen to more Paul Wall than I did Eminem.
And niggas listen to more Paul Wall than Eminem because it resonate.
Yeah.
When Eminem came out, we knew he was a white boy. When Paul Wall came out, we was shocked that nigga was white.
That is fact. That is true.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So
you was shocked too, DeAsia.
Hey, and then the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Eminem, he can rap. You know what I'm saying?
I was shocked, but it didn't bother me one way or the other. I like. I don't limit my experience to enjoy music by somebody's race. That's crazy.
I enjoy some white music.
Yeah, me too. You know,
I enjoy some white music. It's just Eminem. He just whack to me. He whack, man.
Overrated. You know,
that nigga ain't Guns N' Roses.
You don't think the Game was corny and lame and whack for just out of nowhere taking a shot at?
I think it was beat.
It was corny as hell.
It wasn't. I'm not a fan.
And then it was a whack. It was whack.
I mean,
it was just random for no like.
It wasn't. They've been talking about this for months.
Yeah, ever since he went on Drink Champs. He went on Drink Champs.
About it. It's Game talking about it.
Royce, his boy Royce was talking about it too.
They've been asking him questions every time he go in front of the what's the name. They ask him this question about Eminem.
If you want to go on a date with Eminem, just say it.
He said they asked him, do he think he better than Eminem? And he was like, yeah.
I'll let Eminem be a sponsor.
Why the fuck wouldn't he think he better?
He could be a sponsor.
Or just say that there.
Yeah, he could be a sponsor. Hey, Marsha Mathers.
Hey, you don't run.
I'm Deasia.
You done run a whole
See,
stand.
my whole thing is
everybody
act like Eminem is just this invincible battle rapper, and that's not the case. Like
at all.
Since he been rapping, what rapper has he really went at that can rap?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but y'all like
Mariah Carey.
Let's take away
all these type of Britney Spears.
They don't have nothing to do with
Christina Aguilera and
Nick Cannon,
Benzino. What they got to do with it? He don't have to battle nobody. Why? It's not anything written in stone that if you
the nigga was in a movie battling like he was all that.
No, that's where he got. That's where his roots come from. That's the only reason. He got
I mean, what's the thing is
y'all
trying to make it seem like it was y'all trying to make it seem like it's some type of rule that you gotta battle somebody though. You don't have to battle nobody.
The fact of the matter is the game is better. The game makes better music, and the game dissed that nigga, and the game dropped a dope album, and Eminem is hiding, waiting for Royce 5'9" to take up for him.
But what I'm saying is that Eminem got this persona of this great ass battle rapper. You feel what I'm saying? But in the industry, he haven't went at nobody but R&B motherfuckers and singing Nick Cannons and Benzino. Like that. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. What is that? Like, somebody who can rap.
I mean, he has a real rap challenge.
That's why it's interesting, because it's somebody who can rap that he said. Well, it's been plenty of motherfuckers who said something about him, but he ain't never responded.
Hey, so what y'all think? What y'all think?
In his own style instead of trying to imitate imitate Eminem. So I think if he
was on purpose,
he just straight up this instead of trying to imitate. I think that kind of took away from the shit if he was gonna do the shit to me.
But see, this the
thing.
No, that was a perfect move. That was perfect.
You ain't listen to the whole song because he only did that for the first. But listen though. He only did that for the first part of the song. Then the second half of the song, he was just rapping like himself. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So you just
a game hater, Bob. You hate the game.
Exactly.
Y'all can't be sitting up here talking about he a game hater when y'all are M hater.
They're both overrated.
That's okay. I'm trying to tell you, it is okay to hate on Eminem.
It's not okay to just hate on this man for no absolute.
I'm not an Eminem hater.
Hey,
don't relate to
y'all. I'm gonna tell you what's so funny about y'all. Y'all acting like the thing about Game the whole time it's been this thing where Game was a lame, corny dude. He has always been considered that for the way that he be name dropping and stuff. All of a sudden, but check this out. All of a sudden, he done this Eminem, and y'all niggas act like he all of a sudden a revolutionary or something, like he RPG now.
Where do you get that from?
Right. You made that up. You made that up.
No, but that's how y'all act. Y'all don't even fuck with Game like that.
Nah, but Game has always been like. Game is not a whack rapper though. That's not getting twisted.
Outside the booth, the nigga is lame. You know, he do a lot of lame ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Corny ass shit. But inside the booth, the nigga can rap his ass off. Nobody ever said that he can't.
And he make dope music.
Oh,
exactly.
I love Game music.
Eminem was coming at Nick Cannon.
So let me ask you something, Deasia. Who the best? The game with Eminem?
As far as their rapping ability?
Making music. Making hip hop.
No, who would you listen to more? Who you gonna listen to?
I actually listen to more Eminem than Game.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's just my truth. You know what I'm saying? But they're both dope. But I feel like Eminem he has more range than the Game does.
Oh my God!
No, that's totally false right there.
Well, y'all asked what I listen.
That nigga range do not go outside the trailer park.
Talking about what song Deja ride to. I like verbal seduction. That song is dope. That's on the Recovery album. That's one of my favorite songs. His song with Lil Wayne, I'm gonna pick the world up and drop it on your fucking head. I hope the song with what was the song with Eminem? I mean with Nicki Minaj. What was that song? Dungeon Dragon. Eminem. And then another thing, y'all be saying this lie talking about, oh, Jay-Z ate up Eminem on Renegade. It ain't nowhere in the hell you listen to Renegade and you really feel like Jay-Z was better than Eminem on Renegade.
I always said that Jay-Z had a better verse. Yeah. I've said that from the beginning.
Y'all really just
niggas that I know that went to high school with me when it first came out. I'm like, nigga, I've always, because I felt Jay-Z first. More, I related to what he was saying. I had to hustle back to the
relatability is important when you listen to music.
Definitely. I ain't listened to Eminem album since Marshall Mathers.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm gonna tell y'all how y'all cap as fuck because y'all listen to Brother Lynch and y'all listen to Gangsta Nip on some horrorcore, slicing motherfuckers up and shit. So they all resonate. No, let's keep it a buck. Because I know Supreme.
It was jamming. It was jamming. It was jamming. Eminem don't be jamming.
But you didn't.
But it's pretty much the same thing, though.
Resonating is very important. So
I resonated with it jamming.
How was you listening to horror recording and enjoying?
I resonated with different shit with it. It was jamming. It was dope.
Right. But listen though.
You got some RICO cases pending, like how you did. If you resonated, who you done chopped up?
Nobody.
That's the same thing though. Like that was back then though. It ain't really nobody dropping no shit like that now that I.
But don't be saying it's all about relatability and what resonates with you. When
the production was dope. That Eminem production be goofy as fuck.
I ain't never listened to no Brother Lynch or none of them.
But you can listen to a nigga that say some horrific.
Now, when I was young, I did listen to Esham, but shit, Esham had relatable shit as well with the horror shit too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even say horrorcore, but with I ain't gonna even say he was horrorcore, but you know what I'm saying? It was more
don't act like Brother Lynch and Gangsta Nip, these major selling artists. If Eminem was black, he'd be in that category. Not
if no record like that. We will all be drunk. Everything is an if. We'll all be drunk.
Saying, let's not ignore systematic racism in hip hop.
hey, but check it out though. The game summed it up with this one line. The nigga said, God made you perfect, but he made you with no soul. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Niggas don't feel that shit because he ain't got it. He ain't got the soul to go with it. Not that we feel. He make music for his people, and that's cool. That's who really feel that shit. We don't really feel that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just bottom line.
And a lot of black people give him props because they don't want to be labeled and seen as a racist.
I don't care about that. When it comes, I don't care about how white people see me. Fuck them. I'm talking about the music. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the music. You know I ain't worried about what I'm
like. I said, his first two albums as a kid when I was in middle school.
The second one for me.
I was bumping.
No, the Marshall Mathers. I think it was probably the best thing he made that I could actually.
After that,
it's like that Superman on it, and I Am the Way I Am.
Yeah,
and really,
that's the one that was jamming.
I did like Forgot About Dre. I like the Forgot About Dre shit.
Now that I think about it, he probably ain't right, Martha, man. That's probably a nigga behind that shit. That's why I was so dope.
That was proof. Right now.
Oh, now you just go to
we just need to go I'm gonna do some investigation on that shit.
Yeah, because you're gonna discredit this man. So before we get to the school post, do y'all think he gonna respond?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
I actually was like Suave at first when I first heard this song, and I was just like I cut it off because I was like, "What is this?"
I almost did too. I ain't gonna lie, I almost did too.
But I actually ended up going back and I was listening to it. After listening to it, Eminem got to respond. He have to respond.
Yeah, Suave, your opinion is rejected. You only listen to 1 minute of the song, and you went on there the whole rampage and game attack you did. That shit's shame. You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
I didn't want him to respond because I had even did my stand.
Man, that's a man. Look, man, that's only 2 songs worth.
Hey, I'm like Pimp C. How long it take you to rap at the top? You wait 8 bars, nigga. Pimp C don't need 10 to go off
on this show, we give out homework assignments.
Man.
On this show, we give out homework assignment. Your homework assignment is to listen to the whole song and come back to the school and make a post about it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Man, you can listen to 2 songs. You can listen to 2 songs. That's all it is 2 songs. You can sit and listen to 2 songs. You know what I'm saying? From
you ain't that busy.
I don't want that.
He out here being aliens.
You can't be speaking on something you ain't really listen to though, bro. That's crazy. That's hating.
And that's why I said for what
y'all don't really listen to Eminem and y'all speak on him, so don't say that.
I did use the you can't tell me what I listened to. I did listen to Eminem. I know
when you was in the 8th grade, that don't count. What's up?
How it go? It definitely count.
I just wanted
in high school with Marshall Mathers.
I told y'all that nigga brother True was the weirdo, man. This nigga don't listen to UGK in high school, but listen to Eminem. That shit deep to me. That's deep.
Bro, that shit, nobody I went to high school was listening to no UGK and no
y'all was listening to Eminem?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You said that.
You did say in middle school, 8th grade, how you listen to it.
Exactly. That's middle school. He came out with that shit. And the Marshall Mathers LP.
So if you wasn't listening to UGK in high school, you wasn't listening to it in middle school, correct?
Exactly.
But you listen to Eminem.
Yeah, I heard Eminem.
Yeah, you was a little weird ass nigga, bro. I know it. I fucking knew it.
Y'all so fake.
I fucking knew it.
I said when I was a kid, I listened to Eminem. I said that from the very beginning.
The whole panel getting caught up in bullshit. You heard me.
Oh, I ain't getting
everybody just fake.
I never said I didn't listen to Eminem when I was young. I said
I'm not saying you did. I'm just it's just I'm floored. I'm floored.
Bro, nobody was listening to UGK my age and no Detroit and no middle
okay,
school.
Heezy is your age. Heezy was you.
No,
did
he's
you
not.
Detroit?
No, he's not.
Yes,
he's 5 years older than me.
That man ain't 5 years older than you.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
I
mean, how old I am, man. Y'all always talking. Man, I know how old I am.
That nigga a youngster. That nigga a youngster.
That nigga was part of a bubble.
UGK until Big Pimpin' came out. My age, bro.
We was
definitely
bumping UGK.
So hold on. Big Pimpin' and Eminem came out about the same goddamn time.
I'm saying that's the first time we ever heard of UGK, bro. Niggas my age wasn't listening to no.
They in the comments saying that Brother Truth is a Canadian. He don't like it. We finna blow this man high.
No, y'all ain't gonna blow my high.
Go roll up some more, man.
Y'all some weirdos. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Nah, when niggas was not. We was in middle school, nigga. We was bumping UGK.
You from Texas, bro. You
Suave. Was y'all bumping Eminem or UGK?
We was definitely bumping UGK, bro.
Are you from Texas?
Nah, man. I'm from Atlanta, bro.
Okay, then.
Oh.
From South.
That man from
Heezy. Where you from, Heezy?
I'm from the deep, baby.
Was you bumping Eminem or UGK?
I was bumping UGK for sure. Me personally, I was bumping UGK. You know what I'm saying? But like Brother Truth said, I was bumping that Marshall Mathers LP a little bit too. But the Marshall Mathers LP, when you go back, that was a lot of Dr. Dre. There was a lot of features, Snoop, Exhibit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So it wasn't.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
It had black people written all over it. That's why I was saying the better and so. That's why.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. And so when he got to that third album, I had listened to it. I listened to the third album. That's when he started that rock shit. He started getting that kid rock. His voice started, you know what I'm saying, changed a little bit. And I was like, nah, I can't fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for me. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, with that being said, let's run this hip hop trivia question again. Y'all try to answer it. I see only one person gave an answer. The hip hop school trivia question is: what was the first diss record in hip hop? Again, what was the first diss record in hip hop? Try and answer that question. We will reveal the answer at the end of the show. As y'all know, each and every week we do incorporate a post from the school. This week's school post is, we know the 4 elements of hip hop are graffiti, DJing, MCing, and breakdancing are the jewels. I saw debates on Twitter if fashion should be one of the elements. What y'all say? Y'all feel like fashion?
I think so. I think so for sure. Because that always been part of hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? All the way going back to my Adidas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all that type of shit.
Used to wear costumes.
You know what I'm saying? Dapper Dan.
Suave, you said no. Why do you say no?
I mean, because I thought the elements of hip hop more so like something you kind of live. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like putting on clothes, that's kind of like what, excuse myself, that's kind of like what a lot of white folks do with hip hop. They put it on the fashion and they be hip hop, but they don't live that shit. They don't, you know what I'm saying? When they mature and they move on, like Bubba Sparks did. He came in, he was funky for a minute. You look at Bubba Sparks now, he looked like Chad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about, like I don't mean Chad Butler. I mean, you know, he don't look like he used to do none of that stuff he used to, you know, be on, you know, and that's what they kind of have a advantage to do when they want to put it down and turn away from it. They stop dressing hip hop and move on. So I don't think hip clothing fashion, and plus so much in fashion is dictated by folks who not from our community. You know, they just got demanded to
that was a horrible point. By the way,
yeah, man, your point.
Just say you can't dress. Just say you can't dress, and you really not in the clothes and the fashion.
You can go back to my kiddie pictures, my nigga. You ain't gonna find me not looking clean, Pepper.
Well, I'm definitely gonna go back and check it out.
Hey, I'll post it.
Well, you know you was in that video man, with all them different seasonal outfits on at one time.
You had on the rainbow. That nigga barely had a shirt on. I know that nigga don't know nothing about no fashion.
Nah, I think he was just on his old gold everything. When he did his
hey, you know what's funny? He used to work a boutique before he got big.
Who that?
Trinidad. He's working this boutique called Ginza. Cause I used to buy hats from there. They had snapbacks and like tennis shoes. He used to be right by Underground Atlanta. He used to work because I actually had a copy of his album before he went big because he gave it to me at the shop. He was still working at the shop before the song went big.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, I already gave my point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Fashion been in hip hop. You know, it was always about looking fly, looking different, looking street. You know what I'm saying? And actually, urban hip hop wear dominates our culture outside of hip hop. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, fashion definitely should be part of the elements of hip hop.
I believe fashion is already like a unwritten, you know what I'm saying, element of hip hop. Because like y'all say, it's been from the very beginning, like LL Cool J. Right. Run DMC, Cool Mo D, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers like that. Even Grandmaster Flash and them with with the jean outfits and the hat, you know what I'm saying? Like they leather jackets and you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, Hammer with
MC
the
Hammer, you know what I'm saying? So like fashion has played a big role in hip hop from the
how many of y'all Hammer fans?
A Hammer fan?
How many of y'all were MC Hammer fans?
I used to wear MC Hammer pants.
I ain't wear Hammer pants, but I listened to MC Hammer.
And actually, when you to be honest, the MC Hammer pants, the harem pants, they done came back. They back in fashion now. Anyway, they are actually in style now. People wear the harem pants.
Andre 3000, your favorite rapper, so I know you don't know nothing about fashion.
Just check and see what y'all gonna
say.
Atlanta's never really been known for their fashion.
Right.
Yeah, that's true too. You know what I'm saying?
Atlanta dressed like trash back in the day.
Yeah, Detroit had to go down there and sprinkle some style on them back. You know what I'm saying? Back
I know a Texas nigga ain't talking about Atlanta nigga fashion, boy.
Yeah, go back and look at the franchise boys and big ass gowns on and shit.
That was the whole face. The whole world was walking around wearing white tees. trying to be like Atlanta.
I wasn't wearing no big ass white. We weren't doing that shit.
Can pull up steel tipping. The niggas had on white tees and steel tipping.
It wasn't no big ass. It wasn't no big ass dresses.
Everything was big back in the time. It wasn't just Atlanta. Everybody.
You don't want to do it. You don't want to do Atlanta and fashion. Y'all brought dresses into hip hop and all types of weird shit. Stop the cap, bro. Let's not even go there.
Wearing moo-moos and kimono looking shirts.
The freshest nigga from Atlanta, I don't even know, probably T.I.
Now Future.
No.
Right now, Future T.I. ain't the freshest nigga out of Atlanta. Future be dressed.
I'm saying shit. He was
Gucci Mane, and he really.
Gucci from Atlanta. Yeah, Gucci be.
Offset be dressing his ass off too.
Yeah. But yeah, it definitely should be one of the elements. You know what I'm saying? You know, for sure. And then there's regional too, because every region got their own little style. You know, New York got the Tims. You know what I'm saying? Then we got niggas the Cardis and all that kind of shit. And, everybody got their own little style.
See, the Midwest though it ain't like one Midwest style though, because you got Detroit is a whole totally different than
y'all don't do nothing but wear baseball jerseys in the Midwest.
Shit, we went on baseball jerseys.
National capital
gotta be hot.
Nah, for real.
You must be talking about somewhere in Kansas.
Everywhere I come up and I was just like rappers from the Midwest, everybody got on baseball jerseys.
Texas dressed like men, regular men with Levi's t-shirts and tennis shoes. Looking man,
y'all
motherfuckers just like
skin or cowboy boots.
Yeah, I'm about to say some cowboy boots. Y'all
that shit be fly.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah, black cowboys fly on the motherfucker. Matter of fact, I'm finna start switching it up. I'm wearing some cowboy boots and hats soon with some nice fitted jeans.
A Wrangler.
Fitted. Don't do it.
Yeah, with a big old belt buckle.
Yes, indeed. But anyway, before we get out of here and reveal the hip hop trivia questions, Suave, would you like to tell people where they can find you at? Get them the information on purchasing your books and things like that. You know how to do it. Go ahead and let them know the info on you.
Everything, if you go to my IG, Suave World 107, in there you got links to get the books, links to hear the music, and links to see some of the films and some of the stuff out there. And just go to Suave World 107 on IG.
Okay, you sound like a radio station. So our world 107. LPM.
Hey, well, no, 107, that's a Glenwood thing. That's my hood where I'm from, Glenwood 107. So my Suave World page, which I have, is actually kind of blacklisted by IG right now. So I'm pushing everything to Suave World 107.
You a 107 Hoover?
Man, what? You ask him old police ass questions. He ain't want nothing.
Hey.
107 is bus line that run down Glenwood Road. And it just became a hood thing, Glenwood 107, you know.
All right, my bad.
Well, y'all keep the conversation going down in the comments. Let us know what y'all think about this, the Eminem diss from the game. Whether you feel like it was hard, it was corny. Should Eminem respond? Should he just stay quiet? Just give y'all thoughts and opinions. Keep the
I think he just should retire and just go the fuck away.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
I think it's safest thing to do is to leave it alone. Because if he respond and it don't be dope, then if he don't respond, it just will fall away. But if he respond and it don't be dope, then he gonna take an L. So
I'm gonna make a prediction. He gonna respond. And white people gonna go fucking crazy, and the black people who have him in their heart, they gonna go crazy too.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Well, the hip hop trivia question is: what was the first diss record in hip hop? The first diss record in hip hop. Anybody know the answer?
It's a guy Suave.
I'm gonna say The Bridge Is Over by BDP, and yeah.
No.
That's what I was gonna say too at first.
What you got? Take a stab.
Roxanne Shante, the real Roxanne.
Roxanne Revenge.
I was gonna say
Roxanne, Marley Marl, and they had one out to them R&B, the UTFO.
Hey, I was gonna say Busy B and Cool Mo D. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a battle, but I don't know if they had diss songs towards each other and shit.
Well, I think Roxanne that was before them.
UTFO, right? So it's UTFO.
when Roxanne, they have went out the Roxanne Revenge, the song.
Nah, shit, Busy B, that was Busy B and Cool Mo did. That was shit, probably like 83, 84. I think
this was 82.
Here we go again.
Roxanne was 82.
Was it?
I think Roxanne was before that.
For sure. Okay, that's what's up.
Roxanne. I want to be your man.
Okay, and so also, y'all, we got some events that's coming up before we get off here. Coming up this weekend, starting on August the 19th through the
19th and the 20th.
Between August the 19th and the 20th, it's going down in Detroit. On August the 20th, there is going to be a grassroots block party from noon to 8 p.m. Eastern time. There still vending opportunities available, Brother Truth?
Yeah. We'll still take vendors. They can contact the email on the flyer, liberatorfarmco@gmail.com, or tap in with me, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. I you know what I mean, get them together.
Yes, indeed. And also, Supreme Raw, he has an event that is coming up on August the 28th. Tell the people about that, Supreme.
Man, Sunday day party at Fouché's in Arlington, Texas is going down, man. We're gonna have body paint. For those people who indulge in hookah, they're gonna have that type shit. It's BYOB. It's gonna be some good food there. Big ass patio space, domino tournaments, cash prizes. Man, just something to do on a Sunday. Come on now.
Yes, indeed. Let me get off here. The people are in the comment section saying now since when I gave the answer, they gonna tell me how wrong I am. And look, I ain't even try to answer the question. Now I give an answer. They putting shit in chronological order now. Now they talking about Cool Mo D was before Roxanne. Roxanne was 84. This nigga look old than a motherfucker. I believe him. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that nigga was there. You hear me? My daddy hadn't eaten nothing than my mama yet, so I need shut the fuck up. Anyway, thank y'all for joining us tonight for another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're about to tune out.
Nigga, listen to Eminem and not UGK. That shit fucked me up.
The Hip Hop
Thank y'all for
School
having me, man. I enjoyed
Past and
myself,
Present
man.
podcast.